Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today, we're going to be talking about Vinco Ventures going with the ticker BBIG. In this video, I'm going to be talking more about due diligence, technical analysis, what I think about this one. Even though we did cover BBIG before, my last video is in the description below, but let's jump right into this one. So BBIG, the latest update comes from the 4th of August. Vinco Ventures subsidiary Immersive Entertainment announces music streaming NFT platform. So this music NFT streaming platform is supported there as well, led by an exclusive new album and art releases of global superstar Tory Lanez titled When It's Dark. Available for pre-sale back on August 4th, 2021, the limited edition eNFT will sell for an industry disruptive $1. The eNFT will provide streaming music and accompanying artwork with playable available in Immersive Entertainment app, which is expected to be launched shortly on the Apple and Android platform. Immersive Entertainment, in partnership with Tory, will release 1 million copies of the latest album exclusively available via enft.com, creating a new music distribution fan opportunity. Once sold out, the eNFT is designed. We believe that the only way to experience the album is to purchase the eNFT from another consumer via enft.com marketplace. So really what they're trying to do here is experiment with the eNFT markets on immersive entertainments. Now, a quick thing, just if you haven't heard about BBIG or Vinco Ventures, they're a company with around $45.4 million in total assets and a total liabilities coming in closer towards 67.4 million. So the first one is 45.4 million assets, liabilities 67.4 million. Now, a big part of that includes the warrant liabilities, which is around 58 million. So that's a good chunk of it. But nonetheless, lines of credits, debts, and everything in between covers the remaining. Now, on that point, you're able to see that there is some kind of shelf offerings that would raise a total of around 157.4 million shares, including as well warrants and everything in between. $157 million, my bad. And that is based on the proposed maximum aggregate offering. That increases the amount of shares of around 44 million. The current market cap or shares outstanding is 41, with a market cap of around 61 million shares. So in that, you're able to see that the total market share or the total market basically value would probably drop down by half at least if these warrants are exercised on time. Now, before moving on forward, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications on. If you're on mobile, it should be on the bottom, and make sure to drop a like. Our Discord is in the description below if you would like to join us, totally free. Now, on other things, you're able to see as well some warrants and some shelves offerings relating towards that debt and relating towards the warrants being exercised. And so what we're anticipating here is because of their high liability value relating towards the warrants that might lead to some form of dilution for the stock. So that's always a risk in that sense. From an institutional buyer's perspective, institutions seem to be more bullish than bearish. Morgan Stanley and a lot others, for instance, Paloma Partners Management added thousands of shares, and you're able to see, for instance, Hudson Capital Management added around 186,000 shares. So it's definitely seemed to be that a lot of these institutions are picking this one up at this level. Insiders are very quiet at this level though. And if we were to go to immersiveentertainment.com or enft.com, they're very much almost the same thing. So in relations towards immersive entertainment, you're able to see that they have a website highlighting some of their teams, abouts, and everything in between. But the enft.com shows you that the marketplace for resale opens at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 24th. So this might be huge if it does actually seem to be successful, where it is sold at a higher level than $1, which I do anticipate. It could actually lead into them getting a cuts or multiple cuts from each resale on this marketplace. And from that, you probably be able to get a bit more profit. Now, it's 1 million copies at a $1 level. They probably wouldn't get the entire profit. They would give just a cut, so keep that in mind. But it is actually sold out for the entire album. Now, let's move on towards technical analysis. Now, from a 1 month, 1 day perspective, what we're actually getting to see here is that The moving averages are bearish, as in the price point is below the 50 SMA, below the 357. However, from the 216, this seems to be a bit of a bounce there, where it did actually even jump all the way to the 290 on Friday. The MACD shows that this negative reversal that it's in is starting to see a bit of a reversal against it to going towards the positive. So it's really trying to break that downtrend into this positive trend in the next few days. So we'll really know by the 24th on that sense, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, if this is actually a positive trend or it's just a bit of a bounce, or a dead cat bounce if you may. On a million percent R basis, you're able to see this neutral, so it's neither overbought or oversold, very similar to the RSI or the relative strength index. In terms of momentum, this is negative at negative 0.56, showing still there is a negative trend here, but it is still attempting a push because it was negative 88 before, now negative 56. And in terms of the stochastic fast and stochastic slow, you're able to see that this might actually be a time for a bounce, as they're both pinpointing upwards, and that's a bullish thing. However, on the moving average bands and the Bollinger Bands, you're starting to see this downtrend as a prolonged thing. The current resistance on the Bollinger Band is 369. The bottom is 226. So we already touched the bottom multiple times before, and it keeps decreasing. But if we were to break the 369, you might actually see a very strong move. Now, in terms of the Fibonacci retracement, if we were to take a look at them as institutional buyers do, the resistance part is a 307, 428, 526, 623, 763, and 940, and the support is at 111. Now, on a price line action, we're able to see that there is some more supports and resistances. For instance, the 228 is a critical one, and then 217, and then below there 202, going down to 163, and then down to 146, 134, and then down to 123 and 111. On the resistances, there is a very strong one at the 243, above there on the 261, going to the 280, and then upwards to the 299, going upwards to the 326, and then 365, going upwards to around 405, and then 441, and then from there on 462, going to 505, and then 543, and then upwards to around 602. Above there, it can easily go as much or as high as people want it to go. Now, in terms of what I think about this one, I do think that as we get closer towards the 24th, everyone is anticipating how much success this is going to be. And then following that, I do anticipate a PR explaining if it was actually a success or not. And from there, that is where between now on Monday, the 23rd, and probably by the end of the week, that's probably the most volatility you're gonna get in this month. In that sense, it's because the NFT album, whether it's going to be a success or not, and paved the way for other albums or not, that is a real question. And we do anticipate that this might actually be a success with all the frenzy of cryptocurrencies and NFTs. You might actually see these $1 albums end up being around 10 at least dollars, and people would pay for it because it's almost like a Ponzi scheme in that sense that you're going to pay $10 because you anticipate that someone else is going to pay 100, someone pays 100 because someone else anticipates that they're going to sell 1,000 for 1,000, and it keeps going on until the last person pays the biggest some amount of money and they're stuck with the album. But hopefully what happens is with each cut, and I do anticipate that with each sell, BBIG or venture capital takes a cut. And the bigger the amount is, the bigger the cut is. So that's kind of an anticipation of what's going to go on. And a little bit as you view through the 24th, you're able to think about the outcome and the cuts that venture capital will probably be getting. What do you think about this sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.